Hello, everyone, and welcome to part 3 of our fertility journey, where we will be doing ICSI, which is a form of IVF. Watch part 1 and part 2 to see all of the steps that we have gone through so far and all the tests that we've undergone. We have now been approved through the HSE for treatment in a private fertility clinic. We are now about to move forwards with the private fertility clinic, so stay tuned, see what happens, and don't forget to like and subscribe to see what happens. Today I have a baseline scan, so I feel like this is the first day that we are starting IVF. I have a baseline scan today at the fertility clinic, and they're just gonna get an overview of what it all looks like inside, and use that to compare to, I'm guessing, after I start the medication. I now have the prescriptions for the medication, so I think I'm going to pick that up in maybe a week and a half, thereabouts. And when I pick it up, I'm also going to book a consultation for the pharmacist to show me how to inject the medication. Today is a work day, so I'm taking a little bit of time off to go and do the scan, and to be honest, it's stressing me out. I have a few deadlines today, so just trying to juggle everything, and it's hard. I'm a graphic designer. We have a show on next week. Need to get those graphics off to print today, so gonna have to just juggle it. I will also be having a consultation with one of their nurses, so I will be bringing them the consent forms that we filled out last weekend. 30-page consent form, going through everything, consenting to, pretty much their medical advice, what we want to do in terms of egg freezing, that we're happy to do a blastocyst transfer instead of an embryo transfer if needed, giving them the power to decide based on their medical experience, what we want to do in case of divorce, in case of one of us dies, if both of us die, all of those kind of things, going through sedation processes. It was a lot, and but we got them all filled out. I have them ready for the nurse today, so that's really good. They had asked that Corey comes with me today, but unfortunately he has work commitments. I only found this out 2 days ago that he was supposed to come with me too. So instead he's gonna go in at some point next week, I think. We will also need to do a blood test to check for things like hepatitis, HIV, make sure that we don't have any infectious blood diseases. We also now have a bit of an outline of what the next month will look like, and how rough dates for egg retrieval, embryo transfer, when to start medications, those kind of things. So that's really useful. That gave me a little bit of, oh yes, this is pretty much what we're going to be doing, which is nice to have. I am going to be booking some days off work for the egg retrieval. Of course, we're not going to know the exact date until pretty soon beforehand. It'll all be based on my cycle and when I get my bleed. So fingers crossed we're not too late. And then I reckon the egg retrieval will have to be done on at least before a Friday, because that weekend is a bank holiday. So surely we can't just wait over that bank holiday for an egg retrieval. So I'm pretty sure it'll have to be done by that Friday. I'm going to ask them that today. And if it does happen on that Friday, then I reckon the embryo transfer will be done on the Tuesday after the bank holiday, May bank holiday weekend. So that kind of firms things up a little bit. So that's good. We were actually supposed to be going to a wedding that weekend, which has now been cancelled. So thank God that's not happening. We don't have to worry about that now. So that's really nice. I was in town over the weekend to pick up a few bits before starting, egg retrieval, the medication, the embryo transfer. And I had heard that it is important to keep your feet warm, according to Chinese medicine. Keeping your feet warm will keep your uterus warm. So I decided I wanted some fluffy socks. And so they had a pair of black fluffy socks, and I felt like that was definitely a bad sign. I picked up these ones, and now I feel like whichever one I wear, if I wear the pink ones, we'll hopefully get a girl, and if I wear the blue ones, it'll be a boy. I know it's a bit silly, but yeah. I mean, there's so much of this process that we can't control, but we can control the socks we wear. And I'm very much leaning towards pink. And then that evening, when I was out walking the dog, I saw 3 magpies. And for anyone who knows the rhyme, 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy, 3 for a girl. Is this a definite sign? Like, how often do you see 3 magpies? It's normally 1 or 2. So, a bit strange. Today is April 12th, 2025, and I am picking my medication up from the pharmacy today. I had called ahead last weekend to give them notice to order in the medication. And yeah, today is the day. I bought this cute little cooler bag from Cistern & Green, so that'll be my injections cooler bag. The injections are known as high-tech medication, so they will need to be stored in the fridge, I believe. I'm hoping they'll give me a little bit more information on it today. This last week has been a little bit rough. I've been overthinking a lot of things and having a lot of intrusive thoughts as to, like, what if this doesn't work? What are we going to do then? But I'm trying to just block those thoughts out by keeping busy. My husband has gone away for the weekend, so it's just me alone at home, which is not a great recipe for me not overthinking things. But I've invited my mom up, so I think she's coming up later on today. And I think my brother and I are going to do something later on today too. Maybe grab a bit of takeaway, maybe watch a movie or something. I don't really know. Just hang out for a little bit. Just to, block those thoughts out and occupy my mind with something else. To be honest, I was quite shocked by the amount of medication. It took me a bit by surprise. Get the big cooler bag. My cooler bag just about fit all the medication, so make sure you don't get one of those lunchbox ones. Get a good sized one. In terms of what we have in the cooler bag, we have Citrotide, Pergoveris, and Alvitril. I think I'm pronouncing those okay. And then along with the cooler bag, I also had 1 large bag of medication that doesn't need to be stored in the fridge. And let's have a look at what we had in the large bag. The pharmacist recommended that I take a vitamin B supplement, but I'm on pregnant care, which has vitamin B12, so I'm going to ask the fertility clinic which one's better to take, or if I should be taking both. We got needles for the injections, a box to safely discard of the needles, alcohol wipes to be used before the injections, some other syringes for some of the other injections, Femitab, which are to be taken after day 1, just before the injections. There was also Prolotex and Decapeptyl. No clue what they are. Alta Vita D3, don't know what they are. Doxycycline Pinewood 100 mg capsules, like Valpadol capsules. Paracetamol Clonmel, 2 tablets to be taken prior to the egg collection. And finally, Prolotex. So yeah, a lot of medication. I felt a little bit overwhelmed. I don't know what half of these are for. I'm going to write a list to send on to the fertility clinic. And I also created this spreadsheet to help kind of organize what everything is and when to take them and what I have questions on. So yeah, let's get started. Today is April 14th and I am going to the pharmacy now to do a consultation on how to use the injections. I literally can't believe that we're actually doing this. It feels so crazy. I can't think of any questions. Should I have questions for them? I probably should. I don't know. I'm just trying to juggle work and find time to go to this consultation, knowing that this consultation is more important than work. But yeah, I'm nervous. I'm nervous to start. My bleed has started. It's after starting 2 days early, so I was not expecting that at all. If anything, I thought I was going to be late, just over stress and stuff, but no. It's time to start. So yeah, it's pretty much go time. What am I doing? This is crazy. So I'm going to let the nurses know on the app that we use for the fertility clinic that it started. Then I'm pretty sure tomorrow I will just take Femitab, just 3 tablets, 2 milligrams in total. And then I think maybe on Thursday we might be starting injections. Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous. I feel like I'm doing something pretty crazy. But yeah. So hopefully tomorrow we will get a little bit of a better timeline with dates, you know, when to start the different injections. When I'm due for my blood test, I think comes first, and then the blood and the scans. It's crazy to think that, like, in the next 2.5 weeks, I'll be starting the injections, doing an egg collection hopefully, and fingers crossed, a fresh embryo transfer. That's insane. We've been waiting. We've been on this journey now for since December 2023. That's when we first went to our local GP to get a referral. That's insane. 2.5 weeks? What? What if it's longer than that? One step at a time, one step at a time, one day at a time. Come on, you can do this. Yep, shit has finally gotten real. Stay tuned for part 4 when I start the medication. When I started documenting our journey, I wanted this to be a safe space. So if you have any questions, please go ahead and ask. If you have any tips, I would love to hear them. And yeah, you're not alone on this journey. So let's be friends. If you are on a similar journey, tell me about it. How's it going? What are you nervous about? Do you have any advice and tips for me or for anyone else out there? Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notifications button. And send me a hug. Come on, people. I need a hug.